everyone, welcome back to another video. We are picking up immediately where we left off with the Crystal Tower questline. So we're back in Mordona, having just been introduced to Grahatia, who is a cinnamon roll, if you ask me. But now let's move on to Labyrinth of the Ancients. Grahatia is eager to begin the expedition to the Crystal Tower. Esteemed colleagues, the secrets of ancient Allag await. Let us not keep them waiting any longer, adventurer. You and I will join the engineers at the Crystal Tower's main gateway, where we will endeavor to neutralize the structure's outer defenses. Rambros, meanwhile, will remain here and oversee the operation. Given my knowledge of Allagan history, it seems logical I should lead the expedition itself, though I admit the role does not exactly befit my status as an observer. Still, we can but make use of the resources at hand. Assuming all here are in agreement, let us proceed forthwith to the large, lopsided gate found to the southeast. Okay, so if you're wondering what gate he's talking about, you'll see in just a moment. So we just fly on through here. Ignore the gigas. And there it is. So, a lopsided door indeed. I'm more surprised that we can actually get the door open because it looks like it's just stuck in crystal. I don't know how that works. The Crystal Tower lies beyond this portal. Now comes the interesting part. Sid, you are the only one of our number who has ever crossed this threshold. I ask that you take the lead for the present. So it's taken us to the 8 Scintilles. They are so cool. I say, the energy radiating from these statues is palpable. Lucky for us that it is. One might otherwise stroll past them. Feast your eyes on the elemental defenses which prompted our lengthy preparations. These Scintilles prevent would-be intruders from advancing to within 20 yalms of the tower's inner reaches. No matter how swift they may be. Happily, the crystal fangs we took such pains to craft should spare us the inconvenience of instantaneous annihilation. Here, allow me to demonstrate. Chief, it's too dangerous to allow anyone else to risk his life testing one? Quite right. I made the damn things. It's my job to see that they work. Well, he's got guts. Huh, that's convenient. Hate to see what he would have done had he had his arm blown off. Success! I, for one, am convinced. Friends, ready your fangs. Okay, so that's water down. Wind's next. And that leaves us with Earth. Last one is yours, old friend. Seems only right. Is it just me, or am I suddenly thinking about the Hogwarts houses? I know it's strange, but if you think about it, it does make a lot of sense. And like each one who's used those respective fangs corresponds with like one of those houses. Aha, we did it! So much for the outer defenses. Indeed, the entrance to the tower is near at hand. My blood fairly sings with anticipation. Speaking of blood, I have a proposal for the next stage of the expedition. I suggest that we wait here while Claire and a hand-picked party of her adventuring companions enter the tower. What? Without us? I thought we came here to survey the entire structure. We did, and we will, but our investigations must proceed at a more measured pace. If the outside of the place is this well defended, can you imagine what awaits us on the inside? Only a true hero could reasonably hope to brave the hazards ahead and live to tell the tale. Claire here fits that description better than anyone I know. And it is not as if we shall be idle in her absence. While Claire and her companions are risking life and limb to beat us a path to the tower, we can set about analyzing this rubble for evidence of how its technologicals function. Your knowledge of ancient lore will be invaluable in that endeavor, historian Grahatia. Bah, do you ever tire of being right, old man? Claire, it seems I won't be accompanying you. Allow me to at least provide some instruction. The maze that surrounds the base of the tower is known as the Labyrinth of the Ancients. During this initial foray, I suggest you concentrate on ridding the place of hostile elements. When you are reasonably certain the maze is secure, contact me via link shell and we shall join you post-haste. No matter what Master Garland says. Though we would prefer it if any relics you encounter remain intact, you have leave to do whatever is necessary to secure ingress to the upper levels of the tower. Fortune go with you, Claire. Okay, so Labyrinth of the Ancients is now accessible. Awesome! Alright, duties for alliances. So let's just head up here. But as I was saying before, yeah, so Sid kind of fits the role of Gryffindor because he was being so brave, being the first one to kind of go out there and risk his life. Biggs and Wedge kind of represents Ravenclaw because they're so intelligent. Graha, he's very ambitious, so I can definitely see that as like a Slytherin trait, though I can't really see him as a Slytherin myself. And of course, Claire is like fiercely loyal, she's hardworking, so she's a Hufflepuff, so that's how I saw it! And man, it is so huge! Like, that tower is just... it's taller than like any like modern day real life structure. So I just had to take a few screenshots of this. Anyway, let's go ahead and just skip a little bit of ahead to the Labyrinth of the Ancients. Okay, here we are. That took a little bit of time, but we're heading straight on into the Labyrinth of the Ancients right now. So let's see how this place has changed since we first entered here. A lot of first timers tonight. Oh boy! But yeah, I remember when I first came through here, everything was so big because this was my first alliance, like my first alliance raid, and I was so excited. Oh, even after all this time, I love that feeling of nostalgia. It just comes rushing back to me. Okay, so let's go ahead and just forge straight on ahead. So I remember this part through here. So this is the first room. Yes, and those are the platforms. The Path of Decay. Alright, so to clear through this place, you can see the monsters all lurking about. You just have to clear out all the monsters before you're allowed to move on. However, you do kind of have to keep an eye out for the platform. So it's always best to stand up as high as possible because poison is going to kind of drift into the room at certain points. So just make sure you stand high up on the platforms. So the ones that are glowing green, those are the highest platforms you can stand on. So it's usually best to try to stick around there. Yep, there we go. So there's like the purple poison on the ground. I mean, the damage that it does is pretty mild, but it's still annoying. Okay, once I can move clearly again. Thank you. Yeah, I was hit with disease. Okay, so it's the same thing here. Just make sure you stand on like this green cross here, or green X, however you want to look at it. Yeah, so these first two rooms, really not difficult. Oop! How that happened. Alright, I think we have the one last room. Yes, so this is the final room. And as you can see, like the platforms are arranged very differently here. So it's really a matter of how well you're able to stand. Like where you position yourself. But after this room, we'll head immediately off to the first boss. Okay, great. So the first boss is... what was it? Bone Dragon. Pretty sure that's what it was called. So the mechanics for here are pretty much the same. Hold on, I just need to move these around real quick. These are really starting to drive me crazy, so let's go ahead and just move those down a little bit here. Okay, that will hold. Yep, I'm ready to go. Oops. Sorry about that, but basically it is still the same thing here. So you just have to make sure that you're standing up on one of these platforms when the poison goo comes in. Make sure you kill all these ads and kill off the bone dragon. Problem is that even if you kill off the bone dragon, then it just keeps coming back. So you gotta go ahead and just kill off all the ads. So that's about 3 times the bone dragon will arise. So the first time, it already did the first time, so we still got 2 more. Yeah, so it's really not that strong. It was annoying in the old days because it just kept coming back and you had to deal with like a bunch of ads all at once. Okay, so now it's the second time it's going to come back to life. So once you kill it 3 times, that's when you know that you won. Okay, so that's the bone dragon down, and the path of vice is clear. And gloves, why not? 99. Whatever. Okay, so we're back at the crossroads again. That's what this place is called, by the way, the crossroads. So now we go right. Oh, we got the gloves. Cool. I'm trying to remember more what happens next. I'm pretty sure it's the ones with 3 paths. So that's the path of vice again. Pretty sure this is it. Yeah, this is it. Okay, so depending on which alliance that you're in, you just get to choose... Oh, whoa. Whoa, whoa, what's going on? Okay, okay, somebody went ahead and triggered things way too early. I was gonna say, depending on which alliance raid group that you're in, that will tell you which one of the 3 paths that you need to take, but there's only 3 of us here, so... yeah, we're screwed. We're all gonna die. I mean, there was only 3 of us here, so there wasn't anything you could do. You need 4 people on each of the platforms. Yeah, it teleported you all to, like, the wrong area. It's okay, though. I mean, it's normally pretty easy, this particular round. Assuming that you know exactly which place you're supposed to go, so... as you can see, I'm in Alliance B, so I take the middle path. We have A on the left, and then we have C on the right. So there's going to be 8 people in each one of the little corridors, I guess we can call those. So 4 people from each group have to be standing on each one of those platforms that you see right here near the back. And then the other 4 can go ahead and just take on the osmosis and all the other ads that are going to pop up. So this is going to be our group. This is all the people from Alliance B. So we're going to get sure that everybody is where they're supposed to be before we go charging in. So this is the Walk of Lament. Okay, I think that's everybody. Okay, just 2 people aren't ready. That's fine. Okay, so you went ahead and triggered things early, but that's okay. We have 4 people who need to stand behind us, and then we have the Atmos here. So my job is to kind of just stand here, take care of the boss, make sure he's focused on me. Ads are going to pop up and go flying towards the other platform where all the others are. And so long as we have at least 4 people on the platform, then we can keep these main bosses, like, unlocked. So if somebody is not standing on the platform, then we can't kill the boss. Okay, yeah, and the melee classes can also be fighting up here too if they want. Making good progress so far. There we go. Okay, and it looks like they all died around the same time, so we can move straight on ahead. So I think the next boss is actually up here. Looks like it. So we have Thanatos waiting up here. Is he another headless soldier again? Yeah, he is. I couldn't remember, so... Okay, so in this part, it's actually... It was a little bit tricky, at least back in the old days. And you saw how some people were automatically connected with that kind of link. That means that they're going to become transparent, which means that they can hurt Thanatos, as you can see right here. The rest of us, we kind of just have to protect these pots. So you see the pots with the little imps sticking their heads out of it, so our job is to protect them. So, like, even if we try, we can't really attack Thanatos, so we can go ahead and attack the ads. Take care of these ads here. Oh, there we go. So we're connected to the pots, which means that we're now transparent, so we can go ahead and attack Thanatos now. And so they just keep switching every once in a while. So once you are transparent like this, that means that you have to focus all of your energies into fighting Thanatos, leave the fighting of the ads and everything else to the others. So we got a few more seconds. Looks like the others are going to start to take over in just a moment. Let's see if we can clear it up for them, though. Yep, there we go. Okay, so more gauntlets. Do we really need more gloves? Whatever. Moving on. So we're now to part 3 already. Yeah, so we're really clearing through this. So we're back at the crossroads, and now we just go straight on ahead. So we have to deal with what's in the Walk of Fire. Then we take on the second to last boss, and then we can take on the final boss. Yeah, so that's the basic map of the Labyrinth. Not really much of a labyrinth, though. It's just 3 paths. But you gotta hand it to the Ancient Alog. They really know how to make things big and dramatic. I'm surprised they were able to get, like, lava flowing for, like, 3,000 years. Alright, so this here is going to be relatively simple once again. So, as you can see, we have 3 guards. So, each alliance has to take on one of the guards, kill them, and then kill the Allagun bomb before it blows up and kills us all. So, easy, right? So, since we're in the B alliance, we take the one that's directly in front of us. So, of course, we have A and C on either side. So, alright, so now you know exactly what to do here. Whoop! I think that was my fault. Sorry! I did not think it would be that close. Okay. We have to try and bring the fire demon over here. Come on. Why are you not focusing on me? Focus! There. Okay. Come on. This way. Get away from the others. I know I screwed up there, but I'd be damned if we end up dying because of me. Okay, yes, and more bombs are going to be appearing every once in a while. We'll just leave that to the others to take care of. Okay, so it looks like they're pretty decently apart. If they're too close together, then they kind of strengthen each other. So just a heads up warning there. And to take care of the balloons. Okay, there we go. Now let's take care of the ads first. And the others. Let's take care of the ads. Okay, everyone's down. Now we just have to attack the bomb before it blows up. There we go. Okay, great. Now we move on to the second to final boss. Yeah, believe it or not, this used to be really, really hard to do. When it first came out, it was really complicated. There were usually a lot of deaths. But yeah, what can you do? Alright, Behemoth. So yes, Behemoth is the second to final boss. The King Behemoth, sorry. So the Hall of the Savage. So there used to be a whole string of mechanics here. People don't really focus too much on those anymore, except for one. I'll explain more once we start seeing it. So let's just make sure everyone else is here. Now that wasn't me, not that time. Yeah, so when you see those green emotes like appearing above someone's head, that means that a meteor is going to come down where they're standing. So when the King Behemoth stands up and starts to roar, you know like a huge meteor is coming. Yep, right now. He's standing upright, he's roaring out. Just go and hide behind one of these stone boulders. And just stay behind it till the meteor drops down. If you're not standing behind something that is protecting you, you will die. Okay, ads are kind of annoying. They do tend to kind of destroy the boulder, so you're going to have to take care of those too. Yep, there he goes again. Boulder, boulder. Where's the boulder? There's one. Okay. So remember, folks, boulders are good here for this fight. And... yep, alright, so cutscene, right. Okay, so that was not the final boss, this is just opening up the way for the final boss. So that's back in the crossroads. Rising all the way up. Like the elevator. Boom! This is where it is. Man. I forgot how freaky that guy was. Alright. Oh, okay. Why not? Grab one of those. So just go ahead and take this. This will take us directly back to the front entrance, the crossroads. And you can either use the teleporter or you can just jump in. Either way it works. Okay, so this one is relatively simple as well. You just have to remember these platforms. These platforms are going to be super, super important. You'll understand fully in just a moment. Because there are going to be times when you have to run back to the platforms because we need everybody standing on the platforms to create a kind of barrier, which is going to be protecting us from a huge, devastating attack. Yeah, so when the long cast starts, run straight off to your pad. Okay, Claire, whenever you're ready. Thank you. I'm ready here. Just making sure everyone else is. Okay, otherwise it's just being careful where you're standing. Okay, Ancient Flare, that's the one. Run straight off to the platforms. Don't be afraid to pop a sprint. There you go, see? Anyone who's standing beyond the barrier dies. You need at least 4 people for each platform in order to bring up the barrier. And of course, ads do pop in. Yeah, it's simply a matter of being very aware of what this guy is casting. And Ancient Flare is going to happen at least twice, maybe 3 times in the fight, just depending on how fast you're able to get his HP down. But there should be at least one more coming, so just keep an eye out for that. Ancient Flare, that's coming again. Move it, move it, move it, move it. No, we're not going to make it, are we? No. Darn it! See, that's what happens. Okay, so even to this day, people can still die to this guy. When you see Ancient Flare, just run straight off to those platforms. Forget about like any kind of other attacks. Just if you want to live, get there. But otherwise, you know the fight. Fight's pretty easy. And people like using the teleporter, I don't really care about that. Just go ahead, jump in. And why is our Scholar still over there? Come on, Scholar. Indigo. Yes, I'm ready. Alright, let's just make sure everyone's here. Okay, everyone's ready. I was gonna wait until Indigo got here. That's fine. Ancient Flare, move it, move it. Okay, I should also point out that even you can still go through the barrier if you want to, but if you do, you'll be stepping right into the fire, so to speak, and you'll die instantly anyway, so best not to pass the barrier until the fire goes away. Okay, so let's just keep on fighting here, and just keep your eye out because Ancient Flare will be happening at least once more. But we've almost got it. Once we beat this guy, then that'll be it. Yep, Ancient Flare, it's coming back. Run, run, run. Okay, good. We got it. And just kill the ads, and then we can finish off the fight. Yeah, we got it! We got it! Yeah! There we go! You call that a labyrinth? Alright, great job everyone! We did it! Oh wow, we got a lot of stuff from Bard today. I think it was gloves, the top and the bottoms here. Hopefully I'll be able to get that. Oh, there we go. I almost have the whole set for Bard. Well, Machinist and Dancer too, I suppose, but it was mostly Bard in these days. Alright, so I think we just have a quick cutscene at the end of this, and I think we'll cut it from there. Oh there, Claire. Very impressive, I must say. Your name shall be writ large in the volumes that are sure to be pinned on this historic expedition. Aw, you flatterer. The scale of this structure defies comprehension. Someone plainly thought bigger was better. According to the findings of my Baldessian colleagues, the Crystal Tower was constructed to collect and store the endless energies of the sun, a characteristically ambitious undertaking. Now, what of the tower's inner defenses? Judging by your haggard expression, clearing out the labyrinth was no small feat. Nah, it wasn't so bad. A giant of a man wielding a shimmering scimitar, you say? Pelagethion, not Oxeron. Pelagethion. He was the hero of the Allegan Revolution. And you gleaned that from how? And you gleaned that from what exactly? His choice of weapon? Well, I am a historian, and I have a certain, shall we say, affinity for the lore of the Allegan Empire. It is, of course, all knowledge gleaned from musty scrolls and tomes. The ancient texts claim that the Crystal Tower is defended by the champions of Eld, resurrected and augmented through the Allegan's extraordinary technology. Chief, you need to see this! Now that's a pretty picture. Well, well, there it is, the foot of the tower. What surprises do you have in store for us, I wonder? I can't tell you how glad I am to have you with us on this little jaunt, old friend. Had you not beaten a path through that maze, I very much doubt we'd be standing here now. Well, we have much to discuss and digest. Let us return to St. Coinage Find for the present, and there plan our next step. Lest there be any doubt, our expedition has some way to go yet. Nice! So we cleared a path through the Labyrinth of the Ancients. That's the first of the three raid... That's the first of the three raid trials that we're going to be doing here. So I think that this is going to be a good time to kind of put it on hold for right now until next time. So let's just head straight on back real quick first. Alright, we can't fly here. So we'll just race on back real quick. Probably teleport, but I'm lazy. I honestly thought I could go through one of those windows. Oh well. So good of you to join us, Claire. Our meeting would be dull indeed without a full account of your experiences in the Labyrinth. Take a moment to collect yourself, and when you are ready, we shall debate how best to proceed. Okay, great. So the next one is for prosperity. Okay, awesome. I think that that's going to be where we'll call it for right now. I want to thank you all so much for watching me through up till this point so far. We still got plenty more coming our way, so join us next time where we'll be going on into facing the next of the raid series. So, till next time, everyone.